This is the 2020 Tern Vectron S10. It's a folding bike with some serious power assistance from Bosch, and I have to say it's my favourite folding e-bike at the moment, and I'm going to be riding this to the highest point in Australia. But before we get to all of that, please subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of our new uploads. I'm going to review the new Vectron, and to do that, I'm going to travel 550 kilometres south of our base in Sydney, Australia, to the Australian Snowy Mountains. Starting in Sydney at 3 in the morning, we'll be driving through the night and stopping by a lake that isn't a lake at the moment. We'll be dodging snakes because this is Australia, and we'll see how this bike performs on sealed roads, on unsealed roads, and I'll be doing the all-important how does this bike ride through wet slushy snow test. I'll ride up a dirt road to the side of Australia's highest mountain, so let's get to it. The Tern Vectron S10 is in its second series, and it's had a few improvements over the first series. The geometry has been altered to give a better ride, and the battery is now angled for better weight distribution. And it has a new sturdy rack that can accommodate kids seats, and the new rack also allows you to stand the bike up. That's really good and follows in the footsteps of the Tern GSD. The Vectron S10 comes with Bosch's brand new Gen 3 motor, the Active Line Plus, which provides 250 watts of power and pumps out up to 50 Newton meters of torque. The new motor is very quiet and uses less components than previous generations, and with the Gen 3 motors, Bosch has opted to use a full-size chainring. So as I've done in other bike review videos, I like to ride bikes in the Australian Snowy Mountains, specifically from Charlotte Pass to Rawson Pass. Rawson Pass is the highest elevation that you can ride a bike to in Australia, and Rawson Pass has an elevation of 2,100 metres above sea level and lies 128 metres below Mount Kosciuszko, the highest mountain in Australia. Australia's highest mountains are best described as being really big rolling hills of not terribly high elevation, but the scenery nonetheless is spectacular in scale. The road from Charlotte Pass to Rawson Pass is about 9 kilometres long, and it's a gravel road with some very bumpy sections and steep sections indeed. Here is some footage I took last year on the previous version of the Vectron S10. And here is some footage I took this year on the new S10. I'd like to say that the new bike absorbed all of those bumps, but I did buy a 3-axis gimbal to make the footage a bit easier to watch. Last year's unwatchable footage shows just how bumpy the ride on this bike actually is, and this year's footage is just a whole lot easier to watch. The point I'm making here is that these bikes are pretty tough, even on really bumpy surfaces. They're not made for extended riding on these types of surfaces, however, but it is a testament to their build quality that they can take this sort of punishment and not be worse for it. If you are going to do this type of riding on a frequent basis, I really suggest getting a mountain bike. But if you do this kind of riding infrequently, then this bike can certainly take it. This bike isn't suitable for anything rougher than this, however. You can see from some of the footage that there was some snow around. In Australia, this is the beginning of summer, and just a week before filming this, I had to postpone the trip because it was snowing for 3 days and more than 30 centimetres or a foot of snow fell. Because it is summer, the snow mostly melted over the week, but there was still some snow left for me to do the all-important and crucial, can this bike be ridden on soft snow test? Well, see for yourself. I thought that I would try it out, and this is the result. Okay, so the Vectron doesn't really perform well in soft snow. Actually, it wasn't very good at all. But let's face it, you're not buying this bike to ride on soft snow. You need a fat bike for that. See one of my other videos for what a fat bike can do on snow. There's a link for that on the screen at the moment. So this bike is really good on sealed surfaces and on the occasional gravel road, And bad on soft snow, it's brilliant for commuting and for packing in your car or caravan and going on a trip. It absolutely eats hills for breakfast and helps you get to the shops to buy your groceries for lunch and dinner that you can easily carry on the robust rack that comes standard with this bike. It's fully equipped with front and rear lights, a rack, a kickstand and the ability to snap on a child seat easily. It has front and rear hydraulic disc brakes with really good stopping power. I'd suggest you check out my full review of the 2020 Tern Vectron S10 for a detailed explanation of all of the Vectron's features that I'll be posting very soon. So make sure you subscribe and click on the bell icon for that, or if I've already posted the video, by the time you watch this, there'll be a link at the end of this video to get you to that video. So to summarise, the 2020 Tern Vectron S10 with the 50 Nm Active Line Plus motor is really well suited to hilly environments like riding up to the highest mountain of Australia or commuting in hilly urban areas like Sydney or San Francisco, for example. It's fitted out with really high quality components and it's really built tough. If you want to find out more, click on the link at the end of this video, which will take you to our website. Give us a call or drop into our Sydney store if you're local for a test ride. I'm Andrew from Foreman Design. Thanks for watching.